are listening to Food Delight on VOV 24/7, the show for all you foodies out there. Welcome to another installment of VOV 24/7's Food Delight. I'm Kim Chi, your host for today's show. If you are growing tired of the dishes you eat every day, let's Food Delight tell you how to diversify your boring menu with a superfood from Scotland. I'm not alone in the studio. Today we have a special guest, Kim McCulloch, who comes from Aberdeenshire, Scotland. In our last show, Kim told us about haggis, the national dish of Scotland. On today's show, we introduce another Scottish dish which is no less popular than haggis, Scottish black pudding.
Black pudding is another traditional. It's quite similar to haggis. It's slightly softer. Some of the ingredients are the same. It's a blend of onions and pork fat, oatmeal and flavourings, and there are spices in this as well. But what they have here is it has a lot of blood in it, so it's blood from the pig that is used to hold all the ingredients together. So again, it's the oatmeal, which is similar to the porridge.
I see that haggis and black pudding have many ingredients in common, such as pork fat, onion and oatmeal, to stick everything together. So is the taste very similar?
So they're quite similar in ingredients, but the taste is different. Because we have the blood in the black pudding, very rich in iron.
Kim, why do people call black pudding a superfood? It is because of its rich nutrition.
So it's often referred to just now as a superfood because of the amount of iron from the blood is very good for you. So we're not sure, but that's what they say.
Oh, this reminds me of Vietnamese xôi, which in fact is blood sausage, made from pork blood, pork fat, boiled or fried and served with basil. In Vietnam, blood sausage is often eaten as a snack, accompanied by a dipping sauce of fish sauce, lime and hot chili pepper. Blood pudding is also added to a rice porridge filled with all types of pork offer. So do you eat blood pudding as a major food?
We would eat this usually for breakfast. So a traditional Scottish breakfast of sausages, bacon, egg, would also have black pudding and possibly a slice of haggis as well. Tradition would have been, and again it's about filling you up for the day, farmers going out to work, fishermen. It's a very hearty, quite heavy, but it would very fill you up, and because of the iron is just so good for you. So traditionally it's about starting the day with something like that. We wouldn't eat it every day in modern day, but I guess people, it would have been quite cheap to make, and they would maybe have just had the black pudding, but it had everything in it because it had the meat and the iron, and so it's very good. So it was probably a superfood.
How do you cook black pudding? It is cooked the same way as haggis?
And also again, like the haggis, the little bonbons. So the chef the consistency sticks together. They make it into a little ball, just like a truffle, a sweetie truffle or a candy, and then roll it in breadcrumbs and deep fry it. But it goes particularly well with fish. Is quite common in restaurants to see it with fish, which is unusual, but it goes very well.
You also have fish in black pudding. Is it the new way to modify the traditional black pudding recipe?
We would also have a modern twist on it as well. So things like it goes very well with fish. So it's quite earthy in flavour because of the blood. It's quite a deep flavour. We would put it maybe through potatoes, so mashed. We would flake through black pudding, and that's a more modern way.
It may not be easy for you to make black pudding at home, but at least you learned something about Scottish cuisine from today's show. Thank you, Kim McCulloch, for joining our show. See you next time.